Hello, YouTubers and all those who happen to watch. Very small periodical pickup. But I wanted to single this one out particularly because of the fact of what it came with. Now obviously it came with the receipt, which is this right here, and it did not have a single ounce of odor to it. Now I actually got this package from Japan, from Tinri City, Nara. I cannot pronounce Japanese names at all. I feel terrible and like shit for not being able to do so, but, you know, what can you do? But this is a common game, at least for the Sega Saturn. This is something you can probably get for like $1 or $2 or $3. But just because it was primarily a Japanese copy, and I kind of like the way they do their artwork on there, it was sort of a collector's purpose to getting it. Because I do think I have this one particularly, but again, it isn't as favorable without the shooter, or the guns, should I say. So, this game right here came in, I would say, really pristine condition, like super good collector's value kind of pristine, which made me very happy. It has a little sticker in the back here, which seems like it can easily... Yep. Very easily come off, a little bit of residue, but again, that's not I'm not really a big old clean Nazi when it comes to that shit. I don't really care. So the game came in miraculous condition. There we go. Came with the spine card, which I actually love these to death when I get these. When I do get these, should I say. So I ended up getting that. The manual, which is actually pretty hardy from what I was expecting, or what I was about to be expecting. Again, the disc is just clean. It's just very clean. The artwork's very interesting too, which is what I'm going to show you. Show some badges from the virtual cops. Now, the main reason why I wanted to show you this is because what I got with it, which was it was sort of a nice little gesture. It wasn't something I'd expect at first, or at all. But one of the interesting things actually shows this manual, which I also wanted to show, was the fact that it actually has a mouse, or it mentions something of a mouse. So when you can use a mouse supposedly with Virtual Cop on the Sega Saturn. Which, I was like, this entire time I'm hunting for a fucking gun, and I could have just easily used the fucking mouse to shoot things. I'm perfectly fine with shooting a mouse with those little the rail shooters. I don't have a problem with that. It's easier versus using the gun too. But obviously I want to get the gun at some point in the future. This is like something I'm really wanting to get, because this TV right here I don't believe can use guns. It's a flat panel screen. It's an Advent, I can't remember the exact model number, but it's a flat screen, so therefore it can't do, you know, guns, which is really depressing, honestly, because I really like rail shooters, which is like one of my favorite things in the world to do. So it has this little pamphlet inside here, which is actually pretty cool. Soft information, which is opposed to hard information. And it has games in the back here, which I cannot read, exception to Rayman, which is like $58 or 58 yen, or whatever, 1,800 yen, or whatever have you, whatever be. Some of the cool features again in this is showing some of the games in there, like Baku Baku and other stuff related to Sega. Really cool pamphlet. This is just a really awesome find for me. Like, the more I look at it, the more I'm all giddy and shit about it. Which, I'm a man, I'm not supposed to be getting giddy. I'm supposed to be like burning down fucking things that are giddy, but I don't know. Basically, it comes with a manual, can't read any of it. I understand it though, generally what they're trying to say. They're saying, yeah, duck, asshole, or something like that. The live actors, which are actually in the back here, is pretty funny. There's the gentleman in there, not usual, the stereotypical brute-looking American guy. It's the, you know, native to the native of this said company here, Sega, which is quite interesting. Guy looks badass. He's just like, you know, just read. He's like getting ready to get some information down. But that was not the whole brisk element of this video. That, of course, is this right here. Now, the person who sent this to me actually did not pay very much to ship it to me, which I was very surprised. Just for sending me a jewel disc, which makes me wonder for a lot of those eBay sellers, you have to pay, or they make you pay an arm and a leg for the shipping. I guess that's where they get most of their money back, but they gave me origami paper, which is just, that's just wild. Like, it blew my mind. I was like, what the fuck? It's really nice looking paper, too. There's, like, no smell to it at all. Like, no smell. Like, none of this smells at all. Like, I usually expect, like, cigarette smoke or nothing, but this person had, like, respect. Like, you could smell this stuff and know he had respect for the product that he was trying to sell you, which is really good. And, again, some origami paper, which is, like, really finely cut. There's, like, no imperfections in the paper. Which, again, I have no intentions of making some origami, but I know people who do like doing origami. But, either way, from the Orient, some origami, whatever. Oral blowjobs, I guess you can call it that. I don't give a shit. So, alright. The last thing I got in the mail, which I got this the other day, I've not been able to touch this one yet because I'm doing other things. And that, of course, is Destiny of an Emperor for the Nintendo Entertainment System. In one of those games you can save. So, that right there is a very obscure game. The main reason why I picked this up is because I noticed there's a C and an I back here. Someone's heads are gonna roll. Anyway. Played a little bit of it on an emulator back in the day. I just have not having the opportunity to actually play this cartridge here. What I've played of it I actually did like. It was an alright game. So that's why I waited patiently for a copy to come up in the wild, or at least in the land of the interwebs, and be able to get a cheap, affordable copy. So there you go. It came in good shape, besides that little writing I just noticed just now. Again, I'm going to blow up the half the world now. But no. There you go. It's an RPG made by Capcom, which is usually and mostly unusual for them. At first, at least in their first initial process of putting out games. And it has that classic Capcom border on there too, with that whole purplish, that royal purple, distinguishing royalty for their product. Nowadays they don't give a fuck what they do, they just publish whatever they can nowadays, and they call it a day. They give us like 15 million ports of Street Fighter 4, and we call it a day too. But again, take it easy. Thank you all for watching, and fold my origami, motherfucker.